Alright, it's Friday. Welcome to Conspiracy Fact Daily, February 3rd. I'm going to try to keep this real quick. There's three things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about good old war, the beating of the war drums with Iran. I want to talk about real quick about MSG. I heard something really interesting on Alex Jones and just touch on silver. So real quick, with Israel and Iran, two major stories today. Our Secretary of Defense very concerned about war with Iran. That's all over the media. And number two, Netanyahu and Obama. If you go to the Drudge Report right now, front page, there's a photo of them, and the headline is something to the effect of, they just can't agree when they should attack Iran. So it's completely out of control. So the CFR, our Secretary of Defense, other experts, but nobody will listen to these other guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying this is not important, this is not a good idea, we need to rethink this. But the same people that are in the CFR and are in the Bilderbergs and own our Federal Reserve, they also own the media. So if they want to get something accomplished, if they want to educate the majority of, especially Americans, they just send that message through their media source, and they educate. And next thing you know, everybody's like, "Yeah, I guess we do need to go to war with Iran." So, if only people could start to connect the dots, because they can see that politicians are bought and paid for. They can see that most people are apathetic to the political process because they think all politicians are liars and could care less. So they get that. People generally get that, but they just won't grasp that all the information that they think is truth coming from the media, they should throw it away and jump on alternative media and start trying to get to the truth, because it's being filtered and controlled. Alright. So next thing, MSG. I think it was Ben Fuchs on Alex Jones. He gave a really simple explanation of what MSG is. And he explained that it used to be used by the Japanese for their soldiers, and they would put MSG in the food. This horrible food. I mean, it could be horse meat, and they put MSG on it so it would taste good, so they would eat and nourish, or at least, get something to sustain their flesh in this horrible, war atmosphere. So they put MSG to make essentially garbage taste good. And that's what MSG does. It is a neurotoxin that they put in our food to trick our brains into thinking it's good. So the problem is we naturally, our bodies have, they're not called neurotoxins, obviously, but I forget what they're called, but they're in our brain, neuro something, and there's a healthy balance of them, and it's good. It gets us happy about what we're eating. But what happens is when we force unnaturally this MSG, our brain gets overwhelmed with it, and we're hungry all the time, and we're just eating this garbage that normally our bodies would completely reject, and we need more of it. We're addicted to it. I mean, it's the whole. I mean, that's why, I've got kids, and unfortunately, they love McDonald's. We don't eat it a lot, but they love it. They love everything about it, and it just tastes like the most brilliant, most delicious food on the planet. So yeah, MSG is a neurotoxin, and the Japanese used to give it to their soldiers to basically make horse meat, cat food. I mean, maybe that's extreme, but essentially to make anything taste good. So they'll eat it. Real quick, silver. Ladies and gentlemen, I would strongly recommend going out and buying silver right now. It's been up, the past couple weeks. It's about $8. It was like around $26 just a couple weeks ago, and now it's hanging around the $34 mark. I read some reports on the internet today, could go from anywhere to $400 to $500 an ounce. Currently, it says $34 an ounce. And when that breaks, when the dollar finally collapses, get ready. Buy silver. All right, man. I'm gonna go. We'll talk to you next week. Oh, and check out my blog, conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com. conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com. All right. See you next week.